Hello, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 17, Our Rich Heritage. So, what is the meaning of the word heritage? Heritage means practices that are passed down through the years from one generation to another. Means these are the practices, the beliefs which are being passed down from years, means from one generation to another generation. That can be the custom and tradition that have been passed down from one generation to the next. So language help us to express our thought. So language is an important part of our heritage. So language help us to express our thoughts. Means I can express my thoughts through language. I can communicate with you with the help of language. So language is an important tool. It is a valuable tool for communication also. We are having 22 major languages in India. So their languages are very important in India. So there are 22 major languages in India. And these 22 languages have been recognized by our constitution, that these 22 languages have been written in our constitution, and these languages are Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipur, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu. These are 22 major languages that have been recognized by our constitution. There are many other dialects of the languages which are mentioned above. They are dialects of these languages. What are dialects? Dialects are different forms of the same language. So, same language, different forms are called dialects. Sanskrit and Tamil. These two are the oldest languages of India. In 2014, Oriya was one language which was included in the list of the classical languages of India. Oriya language in 2014, listed in the classical languages of India. You know, Indian languages, we write from left to right. Like if I'm writing in Hindi, I will write left to right. But Kashmiri, Sindhi, Urdu, these languages are written from right to left, from right side to left side. These languages have same script. Script means they are handwritten. The same handwritten scripts are there. Hindi is our official language, which is the official language of our country, that is Hindi. Now our dresses. You know, India is a diverse country. Diverse means different type of religion are there in the country. Different cultures are being followed in the country. So diversity is there in the country. It can be seen from the clothes the people wear. So you know, people are living in the cities and town. They wear the modern dresses, while the people who are means in the villages, they wear the traditional dresses. So the people who are living in the towns and the cities, they wear the modern dresses, and the traditional dresses are worn in Indian villages. You see many variations in the way people dress up. The women, you must have seen the women, they wear salwar kameez and saris. The way the women tie the saris are differs from state to state. So sari can be worn in different styles in different states. There is a different style of tying the sari in different states. The cloth is same, but the same cloth give you a different look. I'm talking about here about the sari. The same cloth is there in Maharashtra, Bengali, Gujarati, but the same cloth, the sari is going to give you a different look because they are worn or they are tied in a different way. The ghagra is common in Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh. The ghagra is very common in Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh. See, I told you, Maharashtrian, Bengali, Gujarati, and Andhra Pradesh, there are different styles of wearing the sari. This is a Gujarati style. Maharashtra people wear like this. Bengali, Andhra Pradesh. The dresses worn by Indian men also differs from region to region. Of course, men also wear. Sometimes you have seen men wear trousers and shirts. Sometimes kurta pajama. Sometimes dhoti kurta. Okay. The lungi is very popular dress, especially in South India. You must have seen the lungi they wear in South India. In Kashmir, the men wear salwar and kameez with a firan. You must have seen in Kashmir, the men they are wearing what? Salwar and kameez with the firan. What is a firan? Firan is generally a long coat, okay, worn by men and women in Kashmir. Men, they cover their heads with a cap or turban in different states. Pagdis, we call it turbans of different colors and different styles, are worn by different parts of the country or different people of the country. So, men also they cover their head with the caps. The pagdis of different colors, different styles, they worn in different parts of the country. The turban worn by Sikh in Punjab is different from the turban which is worn by the people who are living in Rajasthan. See, Punjabis wear like this. This is a Rajasthani turban. Dances and music. Dance and music. Now we are going to talk about dance and music. India has a rich tradition of folk and classical dance. So, folk dance, what is a folk dance? Folk dance in India is generally to express the joy on various events. Okay, folk dances is generally to represent if your joy regarding a various events. So, some dance mark special events like marriages, festivals, birth of a child. Some folk dances are done to celebrate the beginning of a new season. And other dances also mark the sowing or harvesting the crops, when the crops are being sown and when they are harvested. The folk dances and music of Indian villages are group activities where villagers, they get together and celebrate the occasions. So what happened in folk dances? The villagers of the place, they gather together and celebrate the occasion by doing their folk dance. Bhangra and Gidda, popular folk dance of Punjab, they celebrate all occasions like this. Ghumar, classical means it is a folk dance, not classical dance, it is a folk dance of Rajasthan. Garba, festive season, Navratra, they do Garba, it is of Gujarat. Bihu, a folk dance of Assam, is very well known dances in our country. See, this is your Punjab folk dance, Gidda. This is your Ghumar. This is your Garba. Folk dances of tribals means the tribal people who are living in Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Madhya Pradesh are very colorful. The tribal people who are living in Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Madhya Pradesh, their folk dances are very colorful. Classical music and dance, they are quite different from each other because Indian classical dance, it is a form of worship to the god, as dancers used to perform in the temples. So classical dance form are generally done to do the worship of the god. Okay, the dancers used to do the classical dance in the temples. Kathak, Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Mohiniyattam, Manipuri, these are the classical dances that are very popular. These dances have some special beats, some rhythm and a special type of costume. Other forms of classical dance means dance plus drama is there that exists in Kerala's Kathakali, okay, Karnataka's Yakashgana. These are the dance with a drama also. These dance drama, they tell the story through the medium of dance. Yakashgana and Kathakali, these are the dance drama, they tell the stories through the medium of dance. See, Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam, Odissi, Satriya. These are the different classical dance forms of India. Classical music are basically divided into two parts, Hindustani and Carnatic. Hindustani style are basically of North India and your Carnatic style is of South India. These styles are based on ragas. There are different rags in music. So these different two main styles of classical music, they depend on the ragas. A number of instruments are used in classical music: veena, sitar, sarod, dholak, tabla, flute. Some well-known Indian musicians like late Pandit Ravi Shankar, he used to play sitar. Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, he used to play sarod. Late Ustad Bismillah Khan, shehnai. and Ustad Zakir Hussain tabla. These are the famous personality Indian musicians and the instruments they used to play. Tabla, veena, sarod, harmonium, shehnai, sitar, santoor, and tanpura. These are the different means instruments. Now, painting is very important medium to express your feelings. If you want to express your feelings, you can do it with the help of a painting. Early human beings, what they used to do, they left us a rich heritage of painting. We have done in history chapters. On the walls of the caves, paintings are there. Those tell us about the life of the people. So those paintings in the caves, they tell us about the life they led, the early human beings, the early man. Ajanta caves, it's having beautiful painting. They show us the scene from the life of the Gautam Buddha. They were made by the Buddhist monks. Okay, there is a painting in Ajanta caves. They show us the scene of the life of the Gautam Buddha, and basically these paintings are made by the Buddhist monks. Okay, monk is generally a member of a religious community, basically men. They live under, basically some vows are there, like they have to follow the rituals of the Buddhist. Those are called monks. There are generally, you can see, monks are the members of the religious community, that is Buddhism. They are the members of the Buddhism. Like you can say priest, a man who has dedicated his life to a particular religion. You can say like this. Okay, that are called monks. Those have devoted their life or dedicated their life to the particular religion. In modern times, Jamini Roy, Nandlal Bose, Ganesh Paini, M.F. Hussain, they have made name in the field of painting. Means they have made India's name famous in the field of painting. Ajanta cave painting. Told you, na? They told us, they show us the scene from the lives of the Gautam Buddha, and they were made by the Buddhist monks. Monks means the person who has dedicated their life to a particular religion. Architecture. The ruins of the Indus Valley civilization show that it had well planned cities. It is planned. Okay. When this Valley civilization, when the decline of Indus Valley civilization started, so we got to know, we have done this in previous chapter, means we have done this Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is in 6th grade. Okay. Indus Valley civilization was a civilization where Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the two cities which were discovered. They were well planned cities. Okay, there were buildings in these cities, well drained systems were there. Okay, so these were well planned cities, everything was planned. They were having a place where they can store the grains. So it was a well planned cities, the Indus Valley civilization. So the Indian temples and your religious buildings, these are most important piece of architecture. Stupas at Sanchi, we call it Sanchi Stupa, Sarnath, are second to none in the world. Okay, Emperor Ashoka and his successors built these stupas, and they stand out as one of the most outstanding examples of the Indian architecture. Your Emperor Ashoka and his successors means like his sons or his means son or grandson, they have made this beautiful means stupas like Sanchi Stupa. If I talk about Sarnath, it was made by Emperor Ashoka. So they stand out as one of the most outstanding examples of the Indian architecture. Okay. While the Kailash temple at Ellora, there is a Kailash temple at the Ellora, okay, have been carved out of a single rock. It is carved out of a single rock, a single piece of rock. From that, it is being carved out. Okay. The Hindu Jain temples at Madurai, Tanjanvur, Khajuraho, Konark, and Mount Abu are great examples of architecture. So what we have done in the architecture, Indus Valley civilization, I told, it was a well planned cities. These were the well planned cities. Okay. Indian temples and religious buildings, these are the pieces of what? Architecture. These were the pieces of the architecture. Stupas at Sanchi and Sarnath, they are well known to the world. We can say like that. Emperor Ashoka and his successors, they built these stupas and they stand out as one of the most outstanding examples of Indian architecture. Kailash temple is at Ellora. From a single piece of rock, it been carved out. It is being made, the temple has been made from a single piece of rock. Hindu temple, Jain temples, which are at Madurai, Thanjavur, Khajuraho, Konark, Mount Abu, these are great examples of architecture. These are the Sanchi Stupa, Sarnath, Taj Mahal. The Muslim rulers introduced the Persian style of architecture. What was the Persian style? The Taj Mahal in Agra is one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. And it is one of the 7 wonders of the world also. The Gol Gumbaz at Bijapur, it is one of the largest dome-like structure is there. Dome is there, na? Gol Gumbaz. Buildings like Qutub Minar, Jama Masjid, Red Fort, these were built by the Muslim rulers only. Rajasthan is the most beautiful forts in our country at Chittorgarh. Rajasthan has a beautiful fort in our country, that is at Chittorgarh. The fort at Gwalior is also a great piece of architecture. Britishers in India, they have left a mark in the buildings like Rashtrapati Bhavan, India Gate in New Delhi, the Victoria Memorial in Kolkata. These were made by the Britishers. The Bahai Temple and the Akshardham Temple in New Delhi, the Vidhan Sabha in Bangalore, and Assembly Building in Mumbai are very fine example of the Indian architecture. So the Britishers have left a mark on the Rashtrapati Bhavan. If I talk about India Gate in New Delhi, the Victoria Memorial in Kolkata, so these places were basically made by the Britishers. So they left a mark on these buildings. The Bahai Temple and the Akshardham in New Delhi, Vidhan Sabha in Bangalore, Assembly Building in Mumbai, these are the great examples of Indian architecture. Our festivals. Many festivals are celebrated in India. Mainly 3 types of festivals are there: national, religious, and harvest. National festivals like Independence Day, 15th August, Republic Day, 26th January, Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October. Okay, these are the 3 national festivals. Religious festivals, a large number of religious festivals are also celebrated in our country. The important religious festivals are Diwali, Holi, Ram Navami, Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Durga Puja, Christmas, Eid-ul-Fitr, Eid-ul-Zuha, the Guru Purabs, Buddh Purnima, and Mahavir Jayanti. So these are your famous religious festivals. Okay. See your religious festival: Ganesh Chaturthi, Christmas, Guru Purab, Muharram, that is Eid-ul-Fitr and Eid-ul-Zuha, Holi, Buddh Purnima, Diwali. Now the harvest festival. Many festivals are associated when the season change, like Holi, Basant Panchami. These are the festival of spring. Baisakhi in Punjab, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Onam in Kerala. These are the harvest festivals when the crops are being harvested. Festival means different things to different people, but most commonly they mean sharing of joys together. Okay, like we have to in festivals we share our joys with each other. Wearing, it is typing error, WEARING. Wearing new clothes, eating sweets is also an integral part of most of the festivals. You know, the new clothes we wear on Diwali, sweets have been given. So these are the part of most of the festivals. So we have done national festivals, okay, like Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti, holidays there basically on these festivals. Religious festivals, different religions are being followed in India, so different religious festivals are also celebrated in our country, like Diwali, Holi, Ram Navami, Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Durga Puja, Christmas, Eid-ul-Fitr, Eid-ul-Zuha, the Puru Purabs, Buddh Purnima, and Mahavir Jayanti. So harvest festivals which are associated with the when the seasons change, like Holi, Basant Panchami, Festival of Spring, Baisakhi in Punjab, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Onam in Kerala, harvest festivals. So festival means different to different people. It means the sharing of our joys with each other. We wear new clothes, we eat sweets. That is an integral part of the festivals. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.